right? So therefore just calm down, be in touch with your significant others.
We'll only be concerned about our performance and our results. So we'll not be worried about what's happening outside. Or was the practice insufficient? Or is it that I have not practiced enough mock tests? And start your preparation, get in line, more focused preparation after identifying whatever mistakes I have done.
Did that make you go slightly less aggressive in the number of questions that you attempted?
To the exam hall without any fixed cutoff parameters and just perform, I think the result would be better. To build your conceptual clarity, expand your thoughts.
That is, I tell them that please give your real first attempt. Then you can join the mains advanced batch, right, which Vision IS has begun, or
You have to sit in the exam condition, practice, and then only you can write an answer in 9 minutes.
right, but you are still trying to write at least one answer in a week for mains.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Vision IAS. UPSC has recently released the result for Prelims 2025. Some of you have qualified to the next stage. All the best to you, gear up, this is the time, go all in for the next stage of mains. And those who have not gone through this time, this session of today is for you only. We will discuss what you need to do next and how to tackle this with our esteemed faculty members, Himanshu sir and Ram Sudhir sir. Welcome sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Himanshu sir, what should those who have not qualified do immediately now, or what mistakes they should actually avoid doing now?
Well, obviously, it is going to be very tough time for many candidates, especially those who are into their second attempt or into their third attempts, right? So it is emotionally tough time. So emotionally, the most important thing is not to go into a shell, right? Try to be in touch with your significant others, right? Don't don't go into isolation. That is point number one. And once you calm down, right? And very important thing for calming down is not to overthink about what was the cutoff, right? So cutoff most probably is above 95, and as UPSC drops some of the questions, right? So certain examples can also be there, like someone with 88 marks clearing, but someone getting 95 not able to clear. So such kind of examples will be there. The reason for that is that UPSC drops certain questions, and then there can obviously be some questions where the answer provided by UPSC are slightly different, right? So therefore just calm down, be in touch with your significant others, right? Vent out your anger, right? Jot down the points, right, your anger points, right? Don't keep the anger inside, keep the frustration inside, right? So therefore just vent it out. That would be the thing. And then once the things are calm, then take a calm view, right, on the future aspects of the things.
Ram Sudhir sir, as sir has mentioned, like just went out your whatever you have. So how to positively tackle these emotions, and most importantly, like how do student now do that constructive analysis of what went wrong?
So when it comes to emotional balance actually comes right now. We'll only be concerned about our performance and our results. So we'll not be worried about what's happening outside. So it's better that we focus inside and we start focusing on ourselves right now. So that would be the best thing. Maybe somebody can be practicing his hobbies or whatever it is. So you have to be out of the stress right now, because whatever has happened, we can't change it. This is the first thing. And coming to self-analysis, this is the most important and critical area right now. So what I mean by self-analysis here is, first start understanding what you have done. For example, why is it that I have lost the cutoff? Is it because I have not covered the syllabus completely? First thing. Second is, was my CSAT bad? Okay. Third, is it a problem of lack of presence of mind when I'm solving the question in the exam hall? That's very important. Some would have practiced enough. Or was the practice insufficient? Or is it that I have not practiced enough mock tests and straight away went to the exam hall expecting that I will be able to perform? Or is it because I got into a stress condition in the exam hall and I was not able to handle the stress as it is in the exam condition? So these are different parameters. Where exactly? Or is it my basic conceptual clarity is not there with respect to certain subjects. Then comes which are the areas where I failed. For example, is it environment? Is it science and technology? Then comes a micro analysis with respect to individual subject. So this helps me to understand where my weakness lies. And then after doing a detailed analysis and do a self audit, and then you prepare a plan, and that is where our next step starts. So our concentration should be more into doing this rather than maybe cribbing or feeling bad as to what has already happened. So this would be the initial step for any student, and this is the right time to put your gears back again and start your preparation, get in line, more focused preparation after identifying whatever mistakes I have done. So this is a nice time to understand your problems and lacunae so that you can go ahead with a very strong preparation style for the next year. This is what I.
One thing which I would like to add to that parameter is that, especially for those students who are into their second or third attempts or higher, was there any stereotype that I have to, that cutoff goes usually in the range of 80s or early 90s? Did that make you go slightly less aggressive in the number of questions that you attempted? Right. So therefore, what we learn is that this time the cutoff is relatively high, right? So therefore, we should be very open-minded, right? We need to judge on the spot that whether the question paper is tough or it is moderate, right? And accordingly we should take our stand, that is whether we should be slightly more aggressive this time. So I think that is also one of the parameter that we need to get out of our any shackles of stereotypes.
It is like playing cricket. So based on the ball, I decide what has to be done rather than going ahead with a preconceived notion. So that is what sir is trying to explain. So I don't have a fixed parameter in my mind. As and when the ball is bowled, I play the shot. Here also, based on the question, I take a call. Whether the question is tough, easy. So basically, if I know it, I mark it. So it's very difficult for somebody to really understand like 100 questions, how are they going to be, whether tough, easy. But based on each question, it is different. So rather than having a preconceived notion, if I go ahead with an open mind to the exam hall without any fixed cutoff parameters and just perform, I think the result would be better.
And
See, that's where even the coaching institutes at times struggle. Because that is the data set is not available, right? For example, some coaching institutes would come out with cutoff, predicted cutoff, right? So therefore, while trying to find the answers to the questions, we behave like sir told. But then when we try to think that, okay, what would be the cutoff so that we can tell our students, right? So therefore, at times 5-7 marks here or there happens, right? So students should not try to be that, right? In the examination hall, you take one ball at a time, one question at a time.
One ball at one question at a time. That's correct.
that's a good motto.
Yes,
One
yes.
ball at a
One
time.
ball at a time. One question at a time. Yes.
One thing, sir, you pointed out was that self-audit, and like what also happens is a lot of students who are in this cycle of giving mains and interview again and again, and then when they fail at this stage prelims, that is when they actually get the time to self-analyze why I am in this cycle again and again. And we have seen toppers who actually fluked prelims, like they were into mains and interview cycle, then suddenly they fluked prelims, and then the next year they had that time of self-analysis, and then they course corrected and got the rank. So this becomes very crucial. This self-audit that you said, it becomes very crucial.
Every crisis has an opportunity. It all depends on how we take it.
Right.
Now, is it the time that I pull back and understand where I have gone wrong? And maybe, and one more important thing is students have to plan their preparation monthly wise, right? For example, in the next 3 months, what exactly has to be done? For example, right now, probably the student has to focus more on his optional and also on ethics and essay. So what I believe is optional, ethics, essay will decide your success in the exam.
Right.
So therefore, these three right now, this is the right time to build your conceptual clarity, expand your thoughts, take up more, maybe tests. If somebody is in the third attempt, probably he has already developed the subject, then he'll be writing tests. But somebody who has to develop his concept, I think this is the right time where he can focus on. So all that planning actually will happen provided you are sitting and thinking with a calm mind. If you're in a hurry, rush, and maybe you're feeling bad, or all these kind of emotions, if they grip you, probably my clarity of seeing things as it is will come down. So I think students should be focusing on these areas first.
Himanshu sir, as like sir has pointed out, that once we have done this self-analysis, and now at least for next 3 months, what should be the major focus till, like, let's say September? What should students focus, especially those who are new into this cycle and those who have been in this cycle for a while?
First of all, I would like to highlight that audience can also include students who have not yet given their first attempt. Right? My views are slightly not very popular view, but I always tell my students, please do not give your first attempt. That is, I tell them that please give your real first attempt. Right? So real first attempt is that when by December your mains only subjects preparation it is done, so that then you can focus upon the prelims from January till the prelims. Right? And that is actually when people they do not do that, that is when they get stuck in this cycle which you were mentioning. Right? And that is why some of the toppers who in the last prelims they failed, but previously they had faced interview. And now in the present attempt they get top ranks. Right. Why? Yes. The same pattern gets revalidated. Right? And therefore this is the right time. And here also I would like to provide two approaches. Right? The audience they can choose accordingly. One approach is that from June to July, focus on your Plan B's uncommon syllabus. That is, Plan B can be State PCS, Forest Services, or RBI Grade B exam. The uncommon part of that you focus in June and July, and from August onwards till December, you prioritize the mains only subjects along with test series, right? And second option is that right away you begin with for the first 3-4 months, you focus June, July, August, September, you focus upon the preparatory aspects, right? Fill in the gaps wherever you feel that you should have some kind of short notes, flowchart based notes, but you do not have, focus on them. Some mains only subject like ethics, internal security, world history, post independence India, society, international relations, which you neglected so far, right? So therefore build up that foundation, right? And in October to December, try to get finish. How? By joining some kind of a test series like mains test series, right? So therefore that approach can be taken. If you feel that you are getting into some kind of isolation, then you can join the mains advanced batch, right, which Vision IAS has begun. Or if you feel that I have done everything from my side but still there are things which I am not able to get hold on to, maybe join Lakshya program, which is a mentoring program, right? Basically these are the options which are available with you, and which option is right for you, it actually depends at what stage of preparation you are, right? So therefore I think that is how it should be. So from October to December, focus on case studies of ethics, focus on writing of essays, focus on writing the mains test series, so that by December you are mains ready. And then from January onwards you can look at prelims.
Ram sir, would you like to add something to what should be done from now till at least say December?
So as sir was talking about, sir has given two methods. One, preparing for some exam. So this comes as a safety net, especially for those probably who are in their 4th or the 5th attempt. Right. And there are some students who have just started their preparation and this is their first attempt. For them, probably they have to put all their eggs in one basket initially to reach to a certain level of preparation. So now, generally when we observe the results also, there are many students who are already IRS, who are writing, or already in service, they are grabbing away seats. Why is it that those who are already in service are at a better state to grab the rank again? One reason is probably their preparation has reached a certain level, along with the confidence level. So one is service gives you confidence. Second is your preparation is up to that level that once you reach a certain level of preparation, then things start flowing easily. So it is now these students also have to elevate their preparation to a certain level, especially with respect to mains ready subjects. Sir was talking about main subjects. So generally students neglect these main subjects and they think that after prelims we can manage. But ethics requires some amount of analytical skill. Essay requires analytical skills. And GS2 nowadays also is demanding analytical skills. So wherever there is analytical skill that is demanded by the exam, that it becomes very difficult to develop it just after prelims. So students have to focus more on those areas. And now Vision has programs at every level. For somebody who just wants mentorship, he wants guidance, we have mentorship program. Somebody who wants some classes, in-depth content along with guidance, we have advanced program. Somebody wants to write sectional tests and then check their performance, we have specific test series for those kind of students as well. And that means, and you have final tests also. I believe mains performance cannot be improved without writing tests. You have to sit in the exam condition, practice, and then only you can write an answer in 9 minutes. And that's not possible just by going to the exam hall or you just write 4 or 5 answers. Again, writing 20 answers, 20 questions in one go is different from writing 4 or 5. So our quality is going to come down. So all these things have to be thought by the student beforehand. And this is the right time where he can plan exactly, like how do I plan my schedule? What should be done? Which course do I join? And don't stay away from the preparation circle. And if you get into isolation for the next 2-3 months, you're lost in the preparation. Others will start moving forward and you will be left out. So it's very important that this time is used efficiently by the student.
So, like to sum it up, in next 3-4 months, at least till December, the focus should be on gap filling in the content. Focus should be on focusing on main subjects like ethics and optional. Get a command or option, start writing. At least you should have written something at least in November, December, you should start writing. So Himanshu sir, like once that is done, what should be then approach after January? So like the student get confused ki till then what time they should go for mains and from what time they should go for specifically prelims only?
Well, from January onwards, one should do integrated preparation of mains as well as prelims for those subjects which are common to mains and prelims, right? So therefore, for the first 2-3 months like January, February, March, study the subjects which are in the prelims, but study them from a perspective of mains, right? And as you move closer to prelims, then you can become totally prelims kind of test centric. And at that particular point of time, you can accelerate already maybe from January in those subjects where you feel that you had grip, you have joined some kind of a prelims test series, right? But you are still trying to write at least one answer in a week for mains. And as you move towards March, then you become extra focused on only prelims level test series, right? Where you are trying to basically bring finish in small aspects. You try to become self-aware that exactly what kind of level of aggression I need to have in the exam when I'm 50% confused, right? So should I go for it or should I not? In which subject should I go for it? Like for example, I have a formula that those subjects which you consider are your strong subjects, there you slightly be like Virender Sehwag, because sir was talking about cricket, so I thought let me also add upon that. And wherever you feel that this is a subject in which inherently I am weak or I am not being able to be at that level, there you try to be like slightly more defensive, right? So therefore know yourself. Every student is special, every student is different, right? And that happens when you join some kind of a test series so that you're able to apply it. For example, Sandhan test series, which is also AI based test series, which basically analyzes your student specific skill set, and accordingly it is an adaptive testing system. So therefore the next question, it is actually dependent on your previous answers and the patterns created, right? So therefore Sandhan test series can really help you in that. And of course in the market other solutions are also available, it's right. So therefore that kind of an approach should be there. Very important aspect is CSAT also. So if any student feels that they are weak in CSAT, or this time it was because of CSAT, I have 2 students, brilliant students, right? And they told me that they have not been able to qualify, and the reason for them is actually CSAT. While they are getting very good marks, above 100 marks in the GS portion, right? So therefore, because you are going to be in an anxious domain post January, so therefore I would say that you start practicing CSAT from today itself, right? That is maybe some kind of 1 hour time or 1.5 hour time you can give every day, right? And you can accelerate that post January. So that should be the overall system which I feel that should be there.
Ram sir, like coming to CSAT, there are 2 kind of students. One who have actually fluked because of the CSAT only, and then there are those who are 80 around they are. So they are also a little bit nervous, like कि okay, इस बार नहीं CSAT की वजह से रुका, लेकिन हो सकता है अगली बार रुक जाए. So what approach these people should have? Because there's a lot of confusion when to start CSAT and how to do it.
See, one thing is clear: CSAT cannot be taken lightly. Because based on the experience of last few years CSAT papers, so students have to focus. Many have lost the exam just because of CSAT. So it has to be given adequate importance in your preparation. So somebody who really knows that yes, my CSAT is weak, maybe some amount of specific time has to be allotted for CSAT from the beginning, writing tests or solving some questions on a regular basis. Being in touch with CSAT is very important. That is one important aspect. So CSAT preparation has to continue, it has to flow. And it also helps you to get into other exams also. For example, you're writing RBI and other exam. So that will not happen without math, some amount of quant and English. So that gives you a foundation for even clearing other exams. So that's not going to go waste. So this is very important. And second is when I have to handle two, GS1 and CSAT together, if I'm weak in CSAT, my confidence level when I'm going to the exam will be low. It is always better that you strengthen it from the beginning itself so that you're very confident before the exam. This is one. Second is till December, once your content is ready, the next comes value addition. I call it as icing on the cake. So which is also very important. Every mark, half additional mark for every question makes the difference. Now, whether I'll be an IAS officer or not, that half mark is going to decide. And that is what I call it as value addition. So without developing content, focusing on value addition becomes difficult. So once my content is ready, now I start fighting on how to make my answers better. How do I draw flow chart? How do I draw my diagrams? So that confidence comes up provided I use my time religiously efficient. So discipline is very important. So this is a time where it's not about motivation, it's more about discipline. So once your discipline and your schedule is ready and you are going to follow religiously, this is what I am going to do. Probably things should be more easy for the students. You become busy also. So your emotion will not grip you.
So, and sir has just mentioned like become busy also, sir. Himanshu, I would like to have your opinion on it. How to maintain now motivation for one long year? Somebody who has been in this journey for a long time and they flew prelims. Now it appears like a big mountain. The time itself appears like a big mountain. So how to maintain that motivation level going forward?
Well, in my case, I was also in this journey for roughly 4 years. I also gave 3 attempts. After a point of time, once your subjects are ready, till the point of time your subjects are not ready, so therefore the motivation is that you yourself know that you have not made short notes, especially of your optional, especially of your ethics, right, especially of important subjects of prelims also. So therefore that is the motivation. You yourself know that okay, these are the areas which are lacking. आपको पता है आपकी preparation पूरी नहीं हुई है, ठीक है, तो मतलब वो करना है आपको, तो therefore you are motivated. अब result नहीं आया, that can not be the only reason that you are dull. If you are, then fine, मतलब you will not be in the race then. Second is for after a level of preparation is reached, after that actually it becomes really tough to be motivated, right? This would be the case, example, those students who are in their nth attempt, third attempt or fourth attempt and they are not able to qualify the prelims. Test series is the only way to stay motivated, especially mains level test series at this particular point of time, because that will be assertion of your hard work in the past. When you get marks, when you get ranks, right, good ranks in your mains level test series, which test your analytical skills, right, which test your prelims knowledge also in a way, because factual data can also be used, should be used in the mains test. So therefore, that's where you get confidence that nahin, I deserve a rank. See, I'm getting good rank in this mains level test series. It was only because of the prelims, right, because of which I could not be there. Otherwise, I deserve to be there, right? And what are the lacunas in the prelims? Uska analysis to aapne kiya hai, and you are working upon that. So I feel that is the only thing actually. Any kind of motivational talk, it will help you for a day, for 2 days. Ultimately, it is biggest confidence comes when the student has clear proof that I deserve to be in the final list. So I feel that is the major thing which helps.
So especially somebody is in the fourth attempt, okay, the preparation should be as if he has cleared. So somebody who's not cleared, that means somebody is in his fourth attempt, as you mentioned, like somebody who has already gone for interview, but this time he has lost. So such kind of students actually, they have to take it as if they are writing this year. And the preparation style, in fact, they can get the papers and write it as you write in the exam conditions. So that should be the level of discipline and effort I think the students have to put in to ace UPSC.
Thank you so much, sir, for this detailed discussion. So aspirants, I hope now you have a very good idea how to approach this prelims result. Yes, you did not make it, but this is not an end of the journey. It is just a roadblock that you will eventually clear. Till then, all the best from Vision IAS. Thank you so much.